Welcome to day 34 of my 1,000-mile solo run across Nepal. Today could be quite a special day. In 30 kilometers is the halfway point of the entire trip. 30k should be fine with my recent mileage. I've been doing full marathons. I did my second one yesterday, which felt fine, but it was yesterday, so I could do with a few less miles today. I'm due for a rest day. About 40 kilometers along my route from this morning is not along the route, but using a detour, is a big city with very nice hotels. And I'm due a rest day, but it's not on my route. So my plan is to cover 30 or 40k today, then stop my tracking, hitchhike or find some transport to the city, have a rest day there, full 0 day tomorrow, and then come back to the point where I stop my tracking and continue my route. I did bump into some really nice people this morning, and I set off thinking, right, I definitely need to do the miles. Ideally I'd do 40 today, but they invited me home and I'm just a sucker for saying yes to that kind of thing, you know. They just seemed really friendly, and they cooked me a meal, and I didn't have breakfast at that point. I was just looking for somewhere to get bananas, but it worked out nice, and it was really nice, and they invited me to their place in Pokhara, which I might do at the end of the trip if I finish early. So today I've got my eyes set on the halfway point, and I'm kind of rushing to get there whilst I've still got sunlight, because I've stopped a few times. These encounters, you know, I don't want to say no to people saying hello and welcoming me over and calling me over and having a chat, that kind of thing. It is all about those kinds of encounters. It's not about the distance. But a really nice view today. I'm just following this road along the river, and it just literally follows this river that's down there all the way to where I need to go. In fact, to where my rest day is going to be. So this just makes it really easy, and it's really quiet, and it's really nice. In total, since day one, covered a distance of 500 miles, which is the halfway point. So how does it feel? Halfway point, it feels great. It feels like a proper milestone. I think I've mentioned a few words before about the quarter and the third milestone. And the main thing really is perspective on the whole thing, to get an idea of what's left. And a quarter didn't give me too much perspective. A third did, but there's nothing quite like a half, knowing that I've got exactly the same as what I've already done. And I haven't started thinking about it too much really. I've just kind of said these words as I cross the marker. I'm gonna have a little think about it, and probably if I do have a rest day tomorrow, to just kind of collect my thoughts and see where I stand, maybe make some adjustments, that kind of thing. The last few days I've been really pushing for distance, and I think I probably need to stop doing that, because it is all about the experiences, and if I push for distance I have less of those experiences, and that's what it's all about. It's quite a good view of a bit of rockfall, if you can see it there. The road goes across there and the rockfalls just cut right across it. It doesn't actually look as bad when you're there. I ran across there about 20 minutes ago, and it's fine. Cars can get through as well, but from here it looks pretty bad. In about an hour's time it's going to start getting dark. My plan, like I think I mentioned before, was to get as far as I can today, then stop my tracking, get off the route, find a nice hotel, and then after rest day come back on the route and continue. I was hoping to find a bit of transport along the way. I've seen 3 vehicles today. One of them was a bus. They don't really have buses in this particular part. They have like bus 4x4s where you can just hop on, hop off whenever. I only saw one of those today, and it drove past about 2-3 p.m. They had people on the roof, people hanging off, a 4x4. So the time and the fact that it was full, it wasn't for me. I'm still hoping that, because it is 5 o'clock now and the sun goes down at 6, that there will be one of those again passing, because they tend to operate around commuting times. So there's normally like more in the morning, more in the evening. If not, I am about an hour, so at the point of sunset, away from a very small village, and I'm sure I can get a bit of shelter here there as well. Or maybe someone there has a car, or well, some form of transport that I can just pay, and they can take me to the hotel where I plan to stay. But this over here, you can see this is pretty much, well, this wasn't the whole day, this is just a section of the day, but you can kind of hopefully make out the road that goes into that valley there. This has been my route, really quiet. Like I said, 3 vehicles and that's it. A few shepherds along the way as well. There's just been no transport at all along this road. After my last video, not a single vehicle of any description was going in my direction. There was one bus jeep type thing going the other way. I made it to the next village just as the sun was going down, and I got to a shop. The shop owner said that there may be a vehicle going in that direction, but it's going to take at least 2 hours. So it kind of just made sense just to stay here. Today's a halfway point. It would have been nice in a hotel. I would have got a really nice beer, lots of food, but just one more day out on the route, which is fine. I found someone, the shopkeeper has taken me in. I've set up my tent and got my noodles hydrating, so all is well.